Hey everybody, this is the War Duck, and we're all geared up, and we're gonna go out and ride. It is really super freaking hot outside, but we haven't been out on the bike for a bit, so we're just gonna go just ride around just a little bit. Nothing heavy, just to maybe ride the easy trail around and see if I can actually even find it. This time we'll try not to get lost. So all right, see you out there. Alright everybody, welcome back. We're back out on the KTM. I know it's been a minute. But it's hot as hell out here, but I just wanted to go for a little ride just to get back out on the bike for a few. Felt it was very needed. Hey, I actually got it in neutral. Kind of surprised. Oh, guess we gotta go the other way. Like I said, we're just gonna kind of do a light ride because it has been a minute and it is really hot out here. So, but we're gonna get out here and kind of just ride around just for a few and then come on back. I didn't really get a topic for this ride, so I guess I'll just tell you about my time in Belize. Oh man. We are feeling a bit out of practice right here. And you can see that it has rained because you can see what it has done to the terrain. It's kind of flattened it out a little bit. Hey! There's a squirrel or a chipmunk. Could have been, I think it's a chipmunk actually. Whoa, wow. That's sloshy as hell. Oh, whoa. Good Lord, wow. I feel really out of practice with this thing. Feel like I'm starting all over again. So, about halfway through, after I got out of the military, I went back to college, and then I decided that I needed to go and do something for a little while, so oh, water. I feel like my ass is all wet now. So that sidetracked the hell out of me. So I moved down to Belize for a while, and if you don't know where Belize is, more water. It's Mexico, Guatemala, and Belize all touch down along the bottom sea of the Gulf of Mexico. It used to be British Honduras, so most of them speak English a little bit, so you don't have to fight with the language or anything, which is one of the main attractions for me to go down there, because I didn't know how long I was going to stay. And then so I worked, planned it out, found a hotel that I could stay at. That was right across the street from the airport. And the guy was an American, spoke English and everything, so I didn't feel like I had to fight with the, oh, there's a cow. I didn't have to fight with the language barrier or anything. You know, even at the hotel, I felt like I could trust him and stuff like that. So whoa. Ooh, all right. So I think I left in May of 03, like right after I had met my future wife at the time, which I didn't know, but like a month before I had met her and then I had left. I had already had it all planned out and everything, so I went. And then, so I got down there and got settled in and just kind of relaxing, and got to talking with John Collier, the guy that I worked for, stayed down there, and he was like, well, hey, you know, how about you know, you work for me and, you know, you get room and board. And I said, hell yeah. So I started running errands and stuff for him around Belize City, and driving down there is crazy, by the way. And man, look at the lizards. See it? See that lizard run? And so I was going down there, meeting some folks and doing all kinds of stuff, doing some sightseeing and some things. Man, there's lizards out everywhere. And I had a really good time doing that kind of stuff. And then John got me turned on to this stuff they call sour sap ice cream. And it comes from a tree, and it's like a soury vanilla. I can't really explain it much more than that, but anybody that tries it that likes vanilla loves this stuff. I'm not even a vanilla fan, but I like that stuff. That sour sap ice cream is hella good. I've never heard of it anywhere else other than Belize, so I don't think you can get it anywhere else, but I don't know. But that stuff is hella good. And I took some, you know, like some boat trips and stuff like that, and because they go upriver and you can see the Mayan ruins, and got to see some chiclet trees. The chiclet gum, actually, it grows not the gum, but the stuff they use to make the gum actually comes from a tree. So that was pretty cool. I didn't know that, but. And then they have these people that are called Mennonites that are kind of like the Amish a little bit, where they don't really believe in motor vehicles and stuff like that. You know, use livestock to plow their fields and stuff, and that was who was making the ice cream and that kind of stuff down there. It's pretty cool. I mean, it's a really neat place. It is a third world country, so that is what it is. And then every so often, you know, I'd send an email back to the family and let them know I'm okay and doing all right. And at the time, the Belize internet was so bad that, like, I'd buy a internet card, and by the time I would send an internet through the dial-up and stuff, my internet card would expire. So that was getting really expensive. And then I went to take a oh man, it's gonna rain. Went to take a trip to Guatemala to see some of the Mayan ruins, some of the big ones. And I just got water on my glasses here, and I wasn't really anticipating that. And I got almost down there, and then the guide's like, oh, by the way, you know, there's been a lot of Guatemalan rebels, so just stay on the bus and don't say anything. And, you know, I was technically just getting out of the National Guard. I was in, you know, and I still had my hair cut. I still wore my dog tags all the time, and I was thinking, oh, this is going to be an international incident, so this isn't going to be a good idea. So about 2 miles away from the border, I got off the bus. And I was hitchhiking back, and this American lady stopped with her 2 kids, stopped and asked me where I was going, and I told her, and back to the hotel, you know, and come to find out, that's also where she was headed. She was a friend of John's, and she was going to see him because they did church missions and stuff down there. So that worked out really good. And then I got kind of hooked up with that family, and then they took me scuba diving and stuff. I've been a certified diver since I was, you know, like 14 or 15 or something. So that was really cool. Okay, so here's this. So I went down there and I went scuba diving with the oldest kid. I think he was like 16 or 17 or something. I went scuba diving with him. So that was really cool. And got to see a lot of things doing that. Like, I remember we were on the boat, and these guys were putting their little spandex wetsuits on, and I was like, what are you doing? And they're like, oh, you know, you're just going in shorts? And I was like, yeah. And they're like, oh, you're gonna get cold. And I was like, have you ever scuba dived in Oregon before? And they're like, no. And I was like, don't worry about it, man, I ain't gonna get cold. So we went scuba diving, and it was crazy, dude. I mean, seeing free-floating moray eels and sea turtles and all kinds of stuff. It was pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. And alright, so that's why I came out here. And so we went scuba diving a couple different times, and I don't know, scuba diving is one of my more favorite things to do, but now I live in an area where I can't really do that in Arizona. I guess I could go scuba diving in some of the lakes or something. I have all my own gear, but it's just, you should never ever go scuba diving alone. It's just not smart. Not smart, not safe. feel myself sweating. Pretty damn warm. So then, I don't even know how long went by. And I decided I was going to go out. Well, actually, I went and did a thing where you go and you hike out. Oh, almost bit it. You hike out and then you I'll tell you right there, if I didn't have those boots on, I would have just broke my ankle. Anyway, you hike out to these I don't even know what, this depression, and inside the depression it's got all these trees growing up. It's like 100 feet down into this depression, and you're right at the top of the canopy in the jungle. And so we rappelled down and then had lunch down in the bottom and then hiked out. That was pretty awesome. But I'd been rappelling in the military, so I got to tie my own shit and rappel down. It was just a lot of fun. I had fun doing it. And then I decided to take a trip out to the little islands they got out there. They're called Keys, K-A-Y-E. And I wanted to go to the one where, like the locals go. And so I'd asked a bunch of people, and they're, go to Key Culker. So I went to Key Culker. And met some Canadians out there. And so I kind of palled around with them for a little while. It was like there was three girls out there, and they were teachers, English teachers, but they do like foreign. They go to foreign places and teach English. So I palled around with them for a while. For one, they kind of wanted a guy around to kind of keep him out of trouble, with the locals or whatever, just to have somebody around. So after, I think what happened is after they got tired of hearing me talking about November, they were like, okay, this guy's all right. And so they had me pal around, and we kind of cruised around to the different places out there, and had tons of fun. So we just stayed on the island, went to a couple different little rooms where you can rent and stuff like that. So it was like 4 of us in a room. It was pretty cool. Okay. Alright. And so we went out and we did a little sailing tour out to the local reef. So, okay, one of the things about Belize is it has the second largest barrier reef in the world. If you didn't know that. I didn't know that. But it has the second largest barrier reef in the world. So you can just go right out to the reef. It's not that far out there. And you can almost wade most of the way if you know the right way to go. But you can go out there and you just get a stick. And at the end of the stick, you put a treble hook on the end of it. And then you just take that stick and you just poke it down in the fire coral and pull out lobster. So we took the sailing tour out to the reef, and they take you to Shark Ray Alley where you can swim with the manta rays and the sharks and stuff like that. So nurse sharks, not real aggressive unless you fuck with them or try to feed them or something, which not something I was trying to do. But there was a guy that got bit when I was down there, but he grabbed one of him's tail like an idiot, and it came back and got him. A little one, like a foot long. He grabbed his tail because it was messing with his buddy, and that thing turned around and bit him in the bicep and ripped it open. It's pretty bad. Anyway, back to my story. So we out there on the sailing tour, and they went and they pulled out some brand new fresh lobster, fried it up in a pan, and we had sandwiches. Oh my God, that was so flippin' good. I don't remember this being so goddamn rocky like this, man. Holy crap. Alright. I'm sweating serious now. And then, you know, like, I never really liked lobster all that much, but after having it cooked by them island boys out there, boy, I had it barbecued, I had it stewed, I had it fried up. I like lobster out there. Whew. Man, dude. Whew. And then, start getting these emails from November, you know, and say, hey, are you coming back or what? Or am I just moving on? Or what's the deal? So I packed up all my stuff and met November and my mom and everybody in Houston. And that was kind of my Belize trip. I met a lot of good people down there. Met one of the guys we went down and saw a few times. My buddy Ross. They called him Cake Man because he used to sell cakes. That's how I met him. But we used to hang out and chill and go to the club and play dominoes. November was always kicking their butt in dominoes. They get pissed about it. Holy shit. So you can see what the water's done to this trail. Made huge crevices and stuff like that. I don't know how I couldn't find this trail before. This seems like a pretty well-beaten trail. Must have totally just missed it somehow. Well, I've seen lots of lizards today. We saw a few chipmunks. Almost ate it right there. Oh, okay, I think this is where I usually screw up. Because we need to go back this way. So here's the trail. Nice. There's a couple cows. Whoa, big ass. How's it going, cows? Moo, moo, moo. Lots of moo cows. All right. Oh, man, I'm sweating. It was so good to get out here and ride, though. I'm so glad I braved the heat. Hope you all enjoyed the ride with me and about my trip to Belize. One of these days I'll tell you about my trip to Mexico. You'll get a riot out of that one. Oh, now the water's really starting to come down. We can't get the dirt bike dirty. Oh shit! Oh, I think I caught like a half an inch of air right there. Fuck. Ow. Okay. All right. Oh, come on. Miles an hour. And 15-mile-an-hour corner. everybody. Thank you guys for coming to watch. I do very much appreciate it every time I see your guys' comment. So don't forget to comment below, leave a like, let me know what kind of topic you want me to talk about next time we happen to be able to go ride. Until then, much love all.